Let's see if this setting is the move. So we're gonna do it just like this. So this is gonna be one of them videos you keep on in the background and listen to if you got something else going on. So that's how this whole thing's set up, because I do not have the time to edit. I never really have. I haven't done one of these videos in a while, and frankly it'll give me an excuse to eat my pre-workout meal and get some shit off my chest, share some shit with the FGC. So it's oh yeah, and do some therapy for anybody that needs to hear it. So, and just share information. So I always love that. So hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, can you hear this shit? Is this loud enough? Hello, can you hear this shit? Is this loud enough? Alright, I think I'm gonna crank up the music just a little bit. Alright, I think that'll be good. I think this is a good background too. Alright, one more test. One more test, one more test, one more test. Hello? Hello? One more test. One more test, one more test, one more test. Hello? Hello? Alright, bet. That's good. Alright, so where to begin? So I haven't done one of these in a while, but I think I always do them at the right time. At least what I feel like it is. So this is gonna be multiple things. So this is gonna be a venting session for me because I need this for myself. Not only that, but I like the chance to share information with people that need to hear it and give my kind perspective on things. Because, quite frankly, I feel like I personally have a good say and a positive outlook on most of these aspects that, at least, especially when it comes to the FGC scene, because in my personal opinion, at least where I'm at, I live in the Midwest, and and I live in Missouri. I'm not familiar with how other FGC scenes work, but I hear stories. Anyway, hanging around the St. Louis area, there's a lot of, what's the word, non-inclusive behavior, and everyone's kind of just out for themselves, not really. Anyway, when it comes to any kind of community, there's always that niche thing, and it doesn't really look out for other people. It's mainly just like, no one really positive, everyone's really pessimistic and shit like that, and I don't really buy into that shit. I don't really vibe with it. I'm with like the people helping out each other, being more understanding and shit, shit that the world really needs. In FGC, of course, there's always drama and shit like that, but I don't ever see a lot of actually positivity. I usually see a lot of conceitedness and just shit like that. And I always like giving my perspective on it because I feel like I have a unique outlook. I try to spread positivity wherever I go. And quite frankly, it attracts a lot more people that end up helping me accomplish the goals that I want to do. And I think that's pretty important. And as the FGC gets more popular, and bigger, there's only going to be more people trying to get in. And for some people, it's the first time. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. I'm just ranting about the FGC scene and how it sucks sometimes. This is a video, like I said, more about how to effectively play Street Fighter 6. I'm a Marisa main. I will be for life, at least until they add Armika. Then I'll still play Marisa. Anyway, I am a master level Marisa. I got my PC account and PS5 account. Whoopee. I know there's a lot of perspectives saying that it's not hard to get to master rank. Personally, I feel like, again, I feel like people say that from an area of conceitedness, or just like they might play, and not even maybe conceited, that's kind of rude. Let me say this, not going at anybody's particularly. The people that play these games the most, me included, have a just natural bias saying like shit isn't as hard as like in the past, compared to like people who maybe haven't been around. Like, I played fighting games since the 90s, as opposed to somebody who might have just picked it up 2 weeks ago or 2 years ago. To me, our ranked system might be completely easy compared to somebody else, you know, who doesn't really deal with it or like know what a good ranking system is. My perspective on the MR system, and this is the whole reason behind this video, is because pardon me, if you like ASMR, this is the video for you too. This is a video, I need to just make a video on Marisa too, of Marisa Guide, but I'll do that later. How to effectively improve at this game, because it's really fucking hard. This, and some of these things apply to other games too, because again, I'm taking this knowledge from prior experiences, and I'm not trying to give you shit that you've already heard before, although some of it will be, but I'm going to also give you a bit of more mindfulness too, so you can probably apply this into your real life too, because I actually am a therapist as well. Anyway, Street Fighter 6 is a really fucking hard game. Like, it's just hard. It really is. Maybe, and I love it for that. I personally like games that give you a challenge, like whether it's single player or fighting game, a game that gives you an intuitive challenge. I like shit that uses your brain, because when I play games like single player or otherwise, I get bored easily. But I'm an outlier. I personally like the amount of mental stack that you have. It is draining. It is very physically draining, and you have to be aware of that. If you are like deliberately smashing your head into ranked or doing that in order to improve, please, for the love of Christ, do not do that. Especially with this game. Other games I can encourage, you know, playing ranked, because this is really good. These little tiny tangerines, like the little cuties. Anyway, you know, try games like Tekken or Guilty Gear. Other rank systems, you know, are pretty good, because, you know, you climb up the ranks, you get a title, a nice little, you know, carrot on a stick badge. You know, you can holster it around and say, hey, I have this. Hey, come on, bud. My fat cat is scratching the seat. Anyway, you can carry it around, holster it, and say, hey, I got this rank. Great. And I'd say it has about 90 to about 70% validity, because like if your rank is higher, it's safe to say you kind of know what you're doing. You understand your character, you understand the fundamentals, yada yada yada. And that runs true in this game too. However, this ranking system is different. It is a good ranking system. It's very effective, actually. I'm not going to say it's easy. It's a little bit easier than in the past, because you don't need a perfect win rate or win record. You can win with about 40% effective and climb the boards to master. I'm sure there'll eventually be more ranks, and including this legend rank, which I'm sure a lot of people are after. But I'll get back into why you don't need to worry about that a little later on. I have no idea how long this video is going to be. This is just like me talking into the fucking wind, and whoever wants to hear it can hear it. I'm just gonna do it till I'm satisfied. So anyway, you have the title. It's nice. Street Fighter 5 had a lot of fucking titles or ranks, but there was like an absurd amount of points you had to earn. This is not different, or this is different, because it's like technically, what's it? Rookie, bronze, silver, gold, plat, diamond, and then master. And then Street Fighter 5, there was just like a shit ton more, like diamond, and then ultra diamond, and gold, and then, like, there was so much in between, and you had to get a certain amount of points. Here you can earn a reasonable amount of points, lose some, and then still get to master. But there's still fundamental things you need to know in order to get there. Consistency, that's the main thing, and that's what ties into MR, and why it's different, and why Street Fighter 6 is actually built pretty good. It's built to be addictive, and that's why it's different from other fucking ranking systems. I mean, ranked is addictive in general because, of course, you want to play and get a higher title because, I mean, that's the intrinsic meaning, and it's a 2 out of 3 setting, so it teaches you how to play that too. But, and this is all another reason why I wanted to do this video, is because I'm like confessing, and I understand addiction from a therapy standpoint, to realize that addiction is a deliberate want, needs, a desire to play the thing. Like, you don't rely on it. Not like a drug, but there's gambling addiction. And the MR system in this game is like gambling. It's set up like an ELO system, like chess, where like you have a certain amount of MR, 1,000 or however, 1,500, 1,600, 17, that tweet with like, if you're in this range or whatnot, you're like trash, and then the people in the 1900s and 2000s are like, you know, aristocratic, fucking actually, you know, playing with some sense, and the rest of us are just chimps banging on our fucking sticks. No, that thing was, that shit came off really conceited, bro. I don't like how that looked. But I mean, there's a little bit of validity to it. I get people that are in the higher MR, yeah, they're gonna know their shit, like your Punks, your Brian F's and shit like that. And I can't brag and say I'm one. I'm good at this fucking game. I'm not gonna fucking downplay myself. I'll play anybody, and I'm down to say if someone's better than me, I'm gladly play someone in to improve. That's my goal, is to be good enough to play those people on like the big stages and shit like that, and be able to beat them. And this game has been out for 5 months, and my results have been good, personally, that I've set for myself. But I've been seeking it in the wrong way, and I'm sharing this too. For anyone else who might not be as well known, or is trying to climb up the board, in that MR is not like, again, other rank systems, you get a better rank, it clearly associates you're better. Well, this is the jaded part in the ranking system. You get the rank because of your better play. Just because you have the rank doesn't make you better. Because there's things like outliers and things like cheaters and shit like that get in the way. But again, it's easy to focus and fixate on it. And I've done that before in other games too, like Tekken especially, where like I feel like I should have a rank that I'm clearly not ready for. And you know what? This part of it is true, because you are where you are for a reason. But Street Fighter 6 is a little different. It is. Since it's like an ELO system, it's like chess, it puts you where you are based on grouping. And I did that because the points that you were getting, I mean, you were just accumulating points, and there was no saying like who you would play. And then, you know, they did it to kind of organize and rearrange people so you would be grouped with people kind of at your skill level, which is cool. But where I get back into the gambling part is essentially they want you to bet your points. And this gets into the addiction of, like, I realized the other day, like, I made a decision to play other characters because I was stagnating with Marisa. Like, I would get so pissed and triggered from playing ranked and trying to grind MR to the 2000s or higher that I was literally doubting my play. And I'm sure I'm not the only person who's ever gone through that, of where you're like so fucking triggered and salty from losing. I don't care who you are. I've told myself I don't care about these fucking points. I don't. But then again, you start losing against certain people and it gets annoying. You start doubting yourself. I'm like, man, what the fuck am I even doing this for? Like, and you question it, and then you sound like a living scrub quotes. And I mean, I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty. I'm sure we all are. We're all being honest with ourselves. But it's made to basically bet your points and gamble them, and that's why, like, when you're at a higher MR, you lose so much when you lose to someone that has a lower MR than you. And the people that have the lower MR, they earn so many points. And that's why it's hard to kind of climb back up, much harder than when you were just grinding through like rookie, diamond, etc. In fact, in the lower ranks, if you're doing really well, they give you more points to speed you up, to get you higher. That's why I think people are saying like, oh, it's easy to earn your rank. It's because they want you to get up higher and leave the people who are still learning the game the fuck alone, because you're beating the piss out of them. They don't want you to do that. That's not fun for people lower who are still learning the game. And so you get up to where the MR is and you start gambling that shit. And then it's like, oh man, I want that legend rank. Now I'm really going to start fucking learning. Well, you can't apply all the skills that you learn in those lower ranks, so now you got to change it. Anyway, getting back on topic, it's different because you gamble your points. And the thing with gambling is you get into this mindset of like, all right, I got to keep doing it in order to make up the difference. More so, I think, than any other game. Like, I get it, you lose a rank in one game and it's like, all right, I immediately, you start rage queuing and you immediately go back in to make up the difference. Here, you can really lose a lot. You can lose a lot of fucking points and you can just fucking lose your goddamn mind, man. It's not healthy, and I'll openly admit I'm guilty. Like, my PC account, I've gotten as high as like 1650, almost 17, and my PS5 account, I fucked up and lost against people who were decent. And then at the time I was like, man, I'm losing to these people, blah blah blah, I should be winning, I understand. But of course, watching back on my videos, there's some shit I wasn't doing because I was playing tilted. Anyway, I've soared with the eagles and I've slithered with the snakes, you know, fucking Macho Man shit. Anyway, high rank 1700s all the way back down to like where my PS5 count is, and like at 1350 right now. And I'm not particularly happy because I definitely feel like I play at a better level, but I was getting so addicted to wanting to earn those points because the reward is so high, and that legend rank, they're setting it up to be like gambling. And the thing about gambling is addictive. You want to play more, you will queue up just for the fact of queuing up. Be damned what you are learning, and that's what I'm trying to make this video for, is helping realize, like, if you are queuing up because you're just trying to earn more points, do not do that. I thought someone was pulling up to my house. Anyway, don't just queue up just to queue up. The MR system is set, the way I see it, it resets every 3 months, which means if you are at a low MR and you're trying to get legend or whatnot, doesn't mean that you can't earn it now or at any point. It probably means that you need to take a break, like me. And that's perfectly fine, because you know what, since it is like gambling, you know how you get better at gambling? You learn to see, essentially, let me take it back. Like, actually, like, how to count cards and shit like that. I'm not trying to get into, like, card counting and shit. It is gambling effective. You're betting with points. Like, the game is giving you house money. 1,500 is the default. And then you can either go back or forward, depending on how well you play, how consistent you play. The reward of getting higher MR is a result of your consistency. And this is why this rank system works. It's because it's consistent. It shows that, hey, you're losing or winning consistently enough to progress. And that is your reward. And if you want to continue to, like, go and bet more points, you can do that until you earn fucking however many MR you want. And you're at the top of the board and you get a shiny medal. But I think what we're forgetting is, and this is the whole reason, maybe some of us play for different reasons. I want to be good at this game for more than just like playing the game. I love fighting games as a hobby, but I also like the competition. I want to compete. I compete in bodybuilding. I want to be the best at it. I compete in fighting games. I would like to be the best at it. And if you're going to do that, then realize the base skills that you need. If you want to be consistent, I do better with playing other stronger people and learning other characters. I had to realize that in order to chill the fuck out on ranked, and have to realize and catch myself in the moment of like, oh, I'll just boot up ranked for like 30 minutes or an hour. That's when I would usually get the most tilted, because I'm just playing just to fucking climb. I wasn't doing it to fucking improve my 2 out of 3 matchups, or I wasn't doing it to learn these characters. I would still lab, but it would always come back to like, all right, let me get some more MR. Let me do that. And that's cool every now and again. But if you improve your base skills, your MR will just improve. And this game is fresh. And it's and it's a really good ranking system because it keeps you in there, but you gotta realize how to pull yourself out of it. So I would encourage anybody to essentially go out of your way, and this is the advice that I'm sure you've heard before. Please play other people who are slightly better than you. Go out of your way. Go to Discords, go to shit like that. Take a break. I'm telling you, the cognitive bias that you are not good because your rank isn't high enough is shit. Because I say that because I need to hear it. So one of the best players that I look up to, your Big Birds, Angry Birds, your Menas, they got good because of the community that they live in. Okay? I live in a community where, you know, rank is kind of the only thing I can turn to for the majority of the time. And if a game has good connection, then I'm going to play the fuck out of it. But the thing is, you are subjected to that group. Like, I live in an area of Missouri where there's not a big FGC scene. So who the fuck are you going to play? Probably going to boot up rank a lot of the time. And that's kind of all you got, you know? Unless you kind of go out of your way. And that's hard for some people, you know? And so you're only going to be as good as that skill pool that you have. If you are, and the people in the higher MR, they probably have a larger pool and stronger pool of people to play from, and they get better and they get more consistent. And so usually you'll see them at the top of the board. But at the same time, there's people who don't focus on rank that I've played outside. They never played the game out rank. They play offline. They're still new challenger. They're a diamond or whatnot, and they just play really well. And the focusing on the MR, I'm just saying that only as an aspect of it is addicting. It is also mentally fatiguing to play. And I love this game and I want to play it for as long as humanly possible. Because, shit, I mean, I'm not getting tired of this game because I love the challenge. I love how it plays. There's some shit that I don't like the input shit or input reader not always working, and, you know, drive rush with fucking certain characters is obnoxious. But, you know, no game is fucking perfect. This is the most consistent and balanced game I've ever played. Street Fighter or any genre or any fighting game, be damned. This is consistent and it's balanced for the most part, because I'm saying that objectively so. It's still got flaws, but very few. Or outside of the realm of like case studies, like people's specific experiences. Everyone's got a different thing. I'm trying to be objective here. And I promise you, if you improve like your base skills, take a break from ranked, play some different characters. I know that's going to help me realize when you're just queuing up just to queue up, like you wake up the next day after a rough night and say, you know what, I'm going to play some more ranks. Probably or reconsider, what am I doing wrong? Am I still focusing on the MR because I want to grind MR, or am I actually like trying to get something out of it? The rank system in Street Fighter 6 is not meant to necessarily help you improve. More or less, it wants to show the increase in MR is a result of your better knowledge, because you can't get away with certain things because you're playing like the top 3% of people, or even in Diamond or in like higher Platinum, you're playing a smaller majority of people who are better. And so this is why it works. The ranking system is it wants you to fix your mistakes, and then you get to the point where you're betting more. I mean, I say more important things, it's just points, but you can't get away with much. And so the MR is a good sign, like maybe I'm doing something, maybe there's something better I can do, you know. Maybe you play better, but you're making small mistakes, things that, you know, if you had someone else's perspective on, or maybe played a different character to understand, I don't know, a few different aspects, might help some improvement there. I don't know. All of this just to say, please, for the love of God, do not focus so much on MR like me and get fucking so frustrated and burnt out to where like you're having existential crisis, because I have literally seen this game more than any other, whether it's on Twitter, on YouTube, people like screaming into the fucking abyss, bro, about how fatiguing this fucking game is. It is a great fucking game. It is really fun to play, but boy, it fucking tilts people. Getting hit by DI, balancing the amount of shit that you have to do. The mental stack is absurd. Absurd. You cannot focus on everything at once. That's what makes this game entertaining to watch and stressful to play. It's just that much. Like playing Tekken 8 or any other game, going to that, it's just like, you know, the neutral and everything. There's less to think about. It's just how those games are. This one, you have way too much to think about. And trying to gamble and focus on shit while still betting points that mean a lot to you in title, it's just like, it's damn near impossible. You're gonna fail. You're gonna fail a lot unless you just are mentally stable and can focus. So improving your base skills is gonna show from your MR, and also it's just gonna reset anyway. I'm not making excuses of not to play ranked. I'm just helping anyone who might need a different perspective, anyone who's really fucking struggling, because my correlation was like, my MR is not high enough. I'm not meant to play in majors or any kind of tournament, because I'm just gonna get smoked. But again, not every, like, again, I'm speaking from a Marisa player. Big Bird has like a 1600 MR, and he barely plays this shit. Because, I mean, and he even said it in the stream, I wish I had a clip of it. It poisons your fucking brain. It literally poisons your brain. And rightfully so. It's addictive to want to play and get a higher title. But if you're not improving your base skills, then what are you doing? You know, there's no point. You'd be better off doing something else productive to improve your game. Finding a matchup, you know, finding errors in your game, and coming back to it, playing room matches, man. This game has so much other accessibilities. Please use it. I mean, my public service announcement is just like, please do not drown in MR. Just don't, because it's not worth it. Because the lifespan of this game is going to be for a long time, and you don't want to spend it just trying to gamble points away and, you know, think that's it. You know, the people that have a high MR, they've been doing this shit. They've been playing fighting games for a long time, or just have base skill, so their consistency is there. It's not a measure of, like, you know, their MR. It correlates to their skill in that way, but, you know, outside of that, they'd still be experienced people. You know, MR be damned. Focus on just gaining more experience. That's all I'm really saying, because I say that because that's what I'm trying to do. And, you know, maybe personally, like, I'm trying to fix my nerves, like during competition, like not getting nervous, you know. So, Jesus, I think I covered everything. You know, don't overthink the MR situation. It's a good system, but it's based around gambling points, which is just intrinsic motivation. It is addictive to want to keep playing, you know, and keep that in mind. It's like that. This game is so different. Street Fighter 6 is different more than any other fighting game. Yeah, where, like I said, it's more enticing to want to keep playing, but don't get roped into that. And if you are, or feel like you might be, you probably are, and then need to step back and reassess. But if that's what you want to do at the end of the day, do it. If you want to grind MR and just keep doing it, then by all means. But I'm saying this from a perspective of people trying to improve, like me, want to place higher in tournaments, and whatnot. You will still place high. You will place higher if you, like, go out of your way, play other people, seek them out, Discord, you know, improve your base skills. And it's not necessarily going to correlate to you grinding your MR, because you could do that and not learn a fucking thing, you know. And that's where I was, because it was just like I went so low in points. Like I was just doubting myself and like, man, why the fuck am I playing this game, man? I'm not gonna do well. But the thing is, you are doing well. It's just that you've lost so much. Like when you lose so much, you know, if you gamble your money away, of course you feel like an idiot. But you were just addicted to the idea of winning something, you know. Outside of that, you're actually pretty confident. You know, you just made some bad decisions. So, rants aside, take it with a grain of salt. You know, I'm just providing my unique perspective. Like I said, as a solid player, my goal is to always improve. And I hope this reaches somebody or a few people that need to hear it. This is just me being supportive in that you're not alone. And don't feel so bad. And if you're not in master rank, don't fucking sweat it. If you improve your base skills, you will just get there. I promise you. Because I was diamond 3 or 4, like maybe the first month in. But, and you know what? I was floating back and forth thinking like, man, once I get master, it's going to be so. And I got there and I was immediately concerned with MR. I'm like, damn. But I only got there because, again, I watched replays, lab shit. I tried to play better people. I sought out fucking Maxama. Really good Marisa player from the East Coast. Plains and Mars. Really good fucking Jamie player and Marisa from Midwest. Just branching out. And then it helps you meet people too. People are willing to help. I mean, at least the nice ones are. And take that advice and follow that with any other fighting game you want. Go into ranked with the let me say this. With skills that you already have, like, and improve the skills. It's hard. Because people in ranked, they play differently than, you know, anyone outside of, like, when you play an offline game in a tournament setting, you're playing completely different. Someone who is playing ranked is playing completely different because they're not playing, you know, they're probably playing very scared or very conservative or very gimmicky just because. Which, I mean, it's a thing you can. There's some validity to rank, but it's not everything. Please use the other features of the game, is what I'm saying, and don't worry about MR. And I feel like I can close on that because at this point I'm kind of just talking in circles. So, I'm deciding whether maybe I should do a Marisa God too. But that's another video for another day. Much success to you in your quest. Street Fighter 6 is a great fucking game. Can't stress that enough. An amazing game. I will continue to play it. I will, yeah, for however long the lifespan of it, man. I want to do really well, but I also want to help anyone else who is on the same kind of quest. You know, people like Minna who just played really strong people and got to where he was. I admire that. I strive to do the same thing. And quite frankly, we need more people to talk up others who are trying to do the same thing. So that's what I'm doing. In closing, don't worry about MR. Improve your base skills. It's gambling, so don't gamble all your points away thinking like I'm just the worst piece of trash on the planet who can't play this game. It's probably because you're burnt out and mentally fatigued. Take a break. Maybe play some other modes. Go to the game. I don't know, play Puzzle Fighter like me. I love that shit. But yeah, just do something else, man. Learn the way that works best for you. You have to. Don't play ranked thinking that like you're gonna improve only from that. I know other people have said that, but I can't stress that enough. That's the truth. So anyway, this is gonna get uploaded to YouTube. If you like it, let me know. Leave your comments. If you don't think I know what the fuck I'm talking about and I'm a scrub that keeps bitching about rank, sure, let me know about that too. But yeah, until next time, you guys take care. Drink plenty of water, eat a balanced diet, get some exercise, touch some grass, you know, get some ass, whatever you need to do. But, you know, take care and all that shit. See ya.